everyone, today we are going live with Anne of Plant-Based Vietnamese Kitchen. She is also in the plant-based bundle and I made her Vietnamese curry and I really liked it. Mr. Jazz Guitarist also really liked it. So yeah, I just came on like a minute earlier just to make sure I could get connected to the live. Let me just pin the comment so people know what we're talking about. Alright, pin comment. Hello, right. Sailu. Has anybody gotten the plant-based bundle yet? Would you like to comment and let us know what is your experience so far? Hello, Nirali2103. Oh, there she is. Hi, Anne. Okay, let me see. Ooh, maybe you can send a request because there's no, okay, view request. Great. Go live. We should be going live. Okay, great. Yay, I can see you. Hi, Anne. How are you?
Hi, Ian. Nice to finally meet you.
Yes, yeah, great. I can hear you and I can see you. This is wonderful. I've been really looking forward to our chat today.
Yeah. I'm a little bit nervous, but it's
gonna
be okay.
Don't worry. You don't need to be nervous at all. Breathe in, breathe out.
I'm good.
Okay. Yeah, maybe just let's just start off. You tell us a little bit more about yourself and about your vegan journey, and then we'll take it from there.
Okay, yeah. So hi everybody who is my follower and In's followers. So we are the collaborator on the Plant-Based Bundle project, which you have probably heard of because we have been promoting it on both of our channels. And for everybody who doesn't know me, hi, my name is Anne. Hi. I'm a food blogger and content creator. My specialty is making vegan Vietnamese Asian recipes. And I first went vegan at the beginning of 2020. I started in Veganuary actually.
Oh,
and so,
okay.
Yeah, but actually my interest in veganism was already from 2016. But because back then I did not have the knowledge and awareness, and I did not have the social support to make it work. So it didn't work out for me at that point, but I really wanted to get back to it. So 2020 pandemic, I really decided that I'm gonna make this work. And I made it work and I'm having my best life. I'm really enjoying everything veganism in my lifestyle so far.
Nice,
yeah, so
wonderful.
Maybe you can introduce yourself as well to those who are my followers.
Oh yeah, sure. So I'm Yin. I go by Raw Chef Yin. I'm now a vegan chef, raw vegan chef in Malaysia. I focus more on education. So I do before the pandemic, I used to conduct in-person courses, workshops, demos, consultations, and then from time to time I would do like pop-up dining experiences as well. But because of 2020, I couldn't do anything live. Everything I planned for the entire year got cancelled. So I started creating online courses and I started writing ebooks as well. So yeah, so now I have like 24 online courses and 6 ebooks. So I contributed one of my courses, a raw vegan Christmas Showstoppers course, to the bundle. Yeah, and yeah, this let me see. I started transitioning to veganism sometime in 2015, and then I think I became vegan in 2016. So 2015, yeah, I started becoming like from flexitarian to vegetarian to vegan at home, but not vegan when I'm traveling and all that. Then after that, yeah, so 2016 vegan. I'm mostly high raw. I still eat some cooked food when I travel or when I go out with my friends and all that. But I find that raw works very well for me. It healed me from my eczema, and it also yeah, my health got way better as well. So yeah, that's why I am yeah, that's my reason why. Initially it was health reasons to become vegan, but later on I found out about the, you know, the all the atrocities and the horror of animal agriculture, and I realized like, oh my god, I can't participate in that anymore. And then I also realized like how being vegan is so much better for the climate and Mother Earth as well. So all very, very strong reasons for being vegan. Yeah. So that's a bit about myself.
That's super cool that we have, because I'm like mostly cook vegan, and I do eat raw, but I find it difficult to eat raw, especially in the winter. But yeah, I think I'm open to it, and with a plant-based bundle, I think there will be a lot of nice inspiration to eat more raw food. But my specialty is mainly cooked food, so I love rice, I love noodle soup, I love curry as well. Anything that is like hot and have a broth and warm me up, comfort food, and I'm really into those. But I'm open to eating more raw as well.
I remember when I made your curry and then I ate it, and I went like, oh my god, now I remember how much I miss eating this, you know, warm curry.
Yeah, and I live in Sweden, and it's pretty cold. So it's nice to have like warm food so that it can warm up my body and fits with the climate. That's why I really like hot food. Yeah, but I think in the summer I really like salads, like salad, or noodle salad even, and then that would be like really fitting. But now it's colder and I eat more warm food.
Have you checked out there's actually an ebook in the bundle called, I think, Let It Snow by Lisa. Yeah, so she actually gives a lot of good tips on going raw and keeping warm in during winter time. Yeah, so maybe that's a good thing to check out. So if anybody, you know, wants to be raw in winter, but yeah, has problem with that, or has trouble with that, or, you know, has a bit of challenges with that, they can check that out in the bundle. And I actually made so there's another ebook in the bundle that is called Winter Warming Foods, and that has all very autumn winter based recipes, but it's actually raw, but you use I guess you use the dehydrator quite a bit. So I made like the mushroom stroganoff and the chickenless pot pie, and yeah, that was also very nice. So I think that's more comfort food, and is still, because if you dehydrate it at 45 degrees Celsius, right, or 115 Fahrenheit, it's still quite warm actually. So for those who are looking for that, that might be something good to check out as well. Yeah. Oh, okay. For those who are asking questions, if you could leave it in the question box, that would be good. Then you know, then I can answer and pin it, bring it up so that and can also see the questions. But I think I saw one question asking, can you use an oven if you don't have a dehydrator? So that question comes up a lot. Okay, I don't have an oven anymore because I actually like gave away my oven because I wanted space for my dehydrator and my blender and my food processor and all that. I do have a toaster oven though. A lot of times the raw foodies will say that you can put it in the oven, set it at the lowest temperature. Yeah, set it at the lowest temperature. Usually it's like, I think the ovens are usually lowest at 50 Celsius, and then leave the door open. But I've tried that before in my friend's house when I visited my chef friend in London. The thing is, I feel like, number one, it will make your kitchen very warm because you have the oven on. And then the other thing is also, you might be using a lot of, you know, if it's an electricity and all that. So, but that's something that some of the people say you can do. But the other thing is, I think it really depends on the specific recipe as well. Certain recipes, you can still do it in the an oven. Certain recipes, the results and the texture and the taste might be different from using a dehydrator. So that would be, yeah, that would be my answer to that. Let me just Yeah, let me just check if we have any other questions before I go and ask you because I don't want to miss it because there's so
I
many
don't
people
think so.
joining.
I
Okay,
don't
there
think
isn't,
we have
right?
questions. Just
All
hi.
right. Okay, cool. Cool. Ah, okay. I'm very excited to hear more about your book, your new book that has been launched, your plant-based Vietnamese kitchen. Yeah, congratulations.
Thank
Congratulations
you
on
so
your
much. So
ebook.
it's my first ever ebook. I've been writing it.
Wow.
So I wrote it for 6 months. It includes 45 vegan Vietnamese recipe and some resources on cooking with sauces and condiments. So in Vietnam we have very specific sauce, like vegan fish sauce for most of the recipe, and then we have
Mm,
pickles, carrots, so stuff
yeah,
like that. And I also
yeah.
include a guide on picking rice noodle because there are also different type of rice noodles and
Yes.
different kind of herbs because in Vietnam we
Yes.
cook a lot with fresh herbs. So I think
Yeah.
it would be like a cooking one-on-one for plant-based
Yeah.
vegan Vietnamese food from the more basic level to more advanced, and you will have like a really good overview of what Vietnamese food is like and what is the flavor profile after trying some of the recipes.
Cool, cool. So I have traveled to Hanoi, Ho Chi Minh City, and Da Nang. And I used to travel there to Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City for work previously when before I became a chef. So I used to work in the corporate world.
Mm.
So yeah, I really love the Vietnamese flavors and I really enjoy them. And I'm so happy that you came up with this ebook because they're not, I don't know of that many, plant-based or vegan Vietnamese recipe creators. And a lot of times, like,
Yeah.
yeah, I find like sometimes Westerners don't understand the Southeast Asian flavors, or they tend to miss out on a lot of the herbs and spices that are in it to create that particular flavor. So yeah, that's why I'm super excited about your book. And I saw like the satay sauce and all that. Yeah, that's what lends it so much flavor, right? The
Yeah.
lemongrass and the chili and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the reason I decided to write my ebook on Vietnamese food is because I think vegan food is generally very westernized, and if it's Asian, like there are more Asian vegan food now, but if it's Asian, then it will be Japanese, Korean. It will be like
Mm-hmm.
the more East Asians and less focused on other Asian country like Vietnam. And I think Vietnam is, I'm a bit biased, but I think Vietnamese is one of the most delicious and diverse cuisine in the world, and there are just so much. There's just so much out there. So in my ebook, there's just 45 recipe, but there are so much out there, and there's so much diversity within the regions in the country. So we have the north, where I'm from.
Yes. Yeah.
It's more it's more light. So in the north,
Mm-hmm.
the flavor is more light because of the climate as well. And in the central, it's more heavy and it's more savory and spicy. And in the south, it's also very light but tend to be sweeter. So they have like
Yeah.
sweet and sour flavors that's like typical from the south. So we have like different range of diversity within food within the whole country on its own. So I think it'd be like a really perfect topic for me to write about. And so this is just the beginning. I think like later on a cookbook, like a physical cookbook, is on my mind, and I want to make it even more comprehensive for anyone who is interested in learning about Vietnamese food and vegan food, because there's just like a lot to talk about. And even though I read this ebook on 45, I feel like there's just still so much to discover.
Yes. Yes. Very, very, very true. Okay. I have a question coming in.
What are your
Some
favorite herbs? What's your favorite herbs? My favorite.
uh hello? Oops. Okay. I can't. And are you there? I can't hear you. Is anyone else there? Okay. Ooh, I think she left. Well, I'll wait for her to join again. Um, Let me see. I think we have another question. Oh, request to join. Okay, Anne has requested to join, so let's wait to see if she
Sorry,
connects back. Oh,
technical issues.
no problem. This happens sometimes on the live. No worries.
Okay. I think my favorite herbs is cilantro or coriander in British English. I think cilantro, yeah, and I really like mint as well.
Oh, nice, nice. Yeah. Yeah, me too. And you guys use a lot of the do you use a lot of sawtooth coriander in your recipes?
We use also like Thai basil,
Yeah.
sawtooth coriander, yeah, as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So just like a bunch of different herbs, but
yeah.
in the book I wrote about some of the most common ones. So I wrote about we have lemongrass, which is very I think it's like also actually I like lemongrass. Okay, I like all the herbs. And some people think coriander cilantro tastes like soap. I heard like some people say that it tastes like like soap, but I really really like the flavor and the smell as well. Mint and Thai basil as well.
Yes, yes. Oh, I love Thai basil. Yeah, yeah. Okay, we have one more question here. Let me just put it up so you can see it. This is from Nirali2103. What advice do you have for someone living in London wanting to go raw? Fresh produce is not always the best or easily available. I guess that question's for me.
Yes.
Actually, you know what? I was in London in 2019, and I stayed there for 3 weeks with my friend. It was actually, but I was there during summer. So I guess during summer, it was quite easy to find, fresh fruits and fresh vegetables. So I didn't have any problem. Actually, when I travel to Europe, I try to travel during summer because I don't like it cold. Yeah. So, like I said, I think check out the if you get a bundle, there are, I think, apart from Lisa's Let It Snow ebook that talks about how to go raw during winter. Check out Cozy Flavors as well. She also talks a little bit about that. Just like going raw during the cold months. But I think, I don't know, if fresh produce is not always the best or easily available. I think you just have to try your best. I think I'm just very I'm quite I'm actually like very very not, the word's not privileged. What's the other word? There's a fly flying around. Sorry about that. Anyway, I'm actually very lucky, very very lucky to be in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, where it's tropical weather. We have rain all year round. We have sunshine all year round. So it's easy to go raw. It's not cold, and I get so much fresh fruit. But I remember, when I was in Boston in 2020 in February, it was hard to get fresh fruit. It was like there was just a bit, and then that's it. But I remember Damien, who wrote the book Eat Real, he said he just basically survived on whatever fruit he could get, just on bananas, I think citrus, and some frozen berries, that kind of thing. Yeah. Maybe, I guess I'm not like in the best position to advise on that because I live in a tropical country. Maybe, maybe you can like check out what the other raw people in the UK are doing as well, because I think raw is slightly more common in London, right? I know I went to there was a raw restaurant there called Vantra, right? Because I know it's run by a Malaysian guy. I went and talked to him. I was there. Yeah, so maybe you can talk to the guy from Ipoh, I think. The Malaysian guy who runs Vantra, who's a raw vegan, who runs a raw his restaurant is vegan and it's mostly raw, so maybe you can check with him as well, like how they go about it.
Also, like
Okay.
for me, because so I'm not raw, but
Mm.
I live in Sweden where it's also hard to get fresh fruit, and I like to get fresh fruit and vegetable at the farmers market. So if you have access to the farmers market, like it's
Mm.
really nice because you can get it for a cheaper price, and there are a lot of range of fresh fruit and vegetable.
Yeah, I was actually going to mention the farmers market, but I couldn't remember. Then now I remember actually when I was in London in 2019, I did go to one farmers market. I was actually on my way to go for a raw vegan desserts masterclass with Amy Levine, and then on my way there, I actually saw the farmers market. So we stopped by the farmers market as well, and at that time there was a lot of fresh produce as well. So, but like I said,
Yeah.
that was during summer, so I'm not sure what the what the situation is like in winter. Watermelon Lime says, oh hi Anna. Watermelon Lime says in Germany in winter we have oranges, dates, bananas, persimmons, grapes, pears, apples. I guess that's the same for London. Actually, that's not too bad actually. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, thanks Anne for the suggestion about like the farmers market. Yeah. So let's go with that. Okay. So I wanted to ask you, so you mentioned you took 6 months, right, to write your book. What are your three favorite recipes from your book?
My favorite recipe is vegan spring rolls. I think that one is my all-time favorite. The fried spring roll using rice paper. That one it just has a lot of I just hold it close to my heart because it's something that I eat pretty often back home. When we go for family gatherings or if there's a holiday, then we always have spring rolls on the table, and that's one is my favorite. My second favorite is bún bò Huế. It's a Vietnamese spicy beef.
Oh.
It has spicy broth that is made of a bunch of different vegetable and fruit. And also like the spicy satay sauce. That
Mm-hmm.
one is from central of Vietnam. So that one is from the region that my mom is from, and I also like
Mm.
that city, the Hue. That's also one of my favorite cities in Vietnam. The third recipe I like is vegan pork belly. So that one is like an innovative one. I made it using different. I used it different using different layers of plant-based ingredients to make different layers of fat, and it's some people might find it weird that I'm trying to recreate the texture of pork belly. So pork belly has like skin, fat, meat, skin, and then the fat, and then the meat again. So like different layers stacked on top of each other. So to recreate that texture, I did use like bread as the skin, and then the meat is a coconut tapioca mixture, and then the meat is the tofu, and I stack them on top of each other and I steam them, and then they keep the texture very well. So that one is a recipe I'm proud of the most. I think it's just because it's fun, it's innovative, and it's kind of like unexpected. Because like other recipe maybe using maybe for this recipe I will use tofu or mushroom. So that one is the typical answer. But this one is like more advanced. So
Yeah,
you have like
yeah.
this recreation. So I think that one is pretty cool. I'm pretty proud of it.
Well done. Yeah. I remember you talking about that and I was like, wow, because I think I saw it. I wanted to show the audience the picture,
Yeah,
which
it's like in the home staple.
home staple.
Home
So there's
staples.
okay, so let me see. Where is it? Is it? There it is. It really looks like your
It's
pork
my
belly.
vegan pork belly.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so that one is also a very popular. It's in Vietnamese. It's called thịt kho tàu, and it's very
Okay, okay.
popular during family gathering or holidays. Every time we have that one, it's like probably like back home I would eat it once a week before I went vegan. And now it's like it's also easy to make it with tofu, but I want to do the unexpected, so I did that. So I thought that was pretty cool, and I think the texture when you eat it in your mouth, like you have a little bit crispy from the bread, and then you have a bit chewiness, and like it takes on the flavor very well of like the sweet, savory, salty flavor. So I think that one is like really, really nice.
how long did it take for you to come up with that recipe?
Yeah, that one I think I had the idea in mind for quite some time. So I'm a kind of person that have random food ideas. I would just go to in my day, be on a walk, and I just think maybe this would be cool to do. This would be cool to do, and then I
Yeah.
keep track of it in my notebook. So I think that recipe idea I had it for a while before. I had it in my notebook, and then I thought it was really cool, so I actually recreated it.
Do you have to test many times?
Yeah, I think I tested like 3 times before.
Okay.
Yeah, but it was like the first time it was a bit too dry. Then the next time it didn't stick together, and which is like making small adjustment as I go, so that it's like the final result it works.
Yeah, I sometimes I have good luck with my recipe. Sometimes I have to test like 6, 7, 8 times before I get it. You know,
With
to
dessert, I think with dessert I have to test more. I think my savory recipe is my area because I think it's just like also I grew up with those dishes, so I know what they are supposed to taste like. I know what can make the best texture. So I already had that years of experience of eating Vietnamese food before. So when I try it, it's more minimal. But for me, it's hard to have dessert because I also have a dessert section in the ebook, and one of the recipe is a vegan caramel flan. So it's a French dessert, but because in Vietnam we are a colonizer of French, so we have that French influence. So that's why we have a lot of baguette. We have bánh mì. It's like inspired by the baguette, and then we have that caramel flan. It's inspired from the caramel pudding flan by the French, and that one, it takes me quite some time, I think, also a few months to come up with it and have the best result, because in the beginning it was just not working. Like the sugar didn't melt and the sugar were sticking to the bottom of the bowl, or it's just not dark enough, or it wasn't thick enough, it was too liquidy, and then I just had like multiple tries before that. Yeah.
Have you made your own baguette, or do you just buy it?
So I'm not a baker at all. I think I'm more of I'm a cook than a baker. So I buy my own baguette. I buy the French baguette that is long, and then I divide it into 3, and then each baguette is like the size of the bánh mì. But the real Vietnamese bánh mì is a bit different, but I think the French one is fine for me to get here because you cannot get the Vietnamese baguette in Sweden. Yeah, so I think that's fine. And like, I'm not a baker, so it's quite hard for me to have more advanced baking like that. I can make cookies and stuff, but it's the bread or the sourdough or stuff like that is like quite out of my reach. I hope to reach that one day, but not yet.
Yeah, I was just curious because from what I understand, the traditional bread, the Vietnamese bread does not need to, it's actually accidentally vegan, right? Because it doesn't have egg or dairy, right? It's just flour and yeast and a bit of salt and water. Yeah. But I don't know why here in Malaysia they tend to put some kind of dairy product, because I asked a few Vietnamese restaurants here, like, you know, can I have a veganized version? And they're like, oh no, we put dairy products in our bread. I'm like, why? Yeah. So that's a bit sad.
I think the Vietnamese bread is supposed to be very light. So they just put water, so I don't know why. And it's like also inspired by the French baguette, and most French baguette are already vegan as well.
Yeah, that's why. That was what I learned as well.
But I think the only reason they try to add milk is to make it sweet or something. Maybe they want to have sweet bread.
It's most probably sweet,
but it's not supposed to be sweet.
Yeah, and the texture as well.
We also have a sweet bread, so that one does use dairy.
I think Malaysians just like things very sweet and very soft. They like their bread soft, so that might be also a texture thing as well. Yeah, I was curious who inspires you to do all your who do you look up to for inspiration actually?
For my content creation, that's a really good question. That's a combination of multiple people. So I was really inspired by Pick Up Lambs. She has a YouTube channel. She does a lot of beautiful vegan recipe from different cuisines. So that one is she's my first inspiration when I delve into this plant-based world. And then I also look for my content creation. Then I look to Tiffy Cooks. She's also a content creator on like Instagram and TikTok. She make like short form videos. She's not vegan, but her recipe are very delicious, and the way that she engage and interact with audience, like I really like that she makes everybody feel like included. I really like her style. And then I also have like some friends that inspire me on this journey. So as I start, I have like some fellow friends like Be Extra Vegan. She makes vegan Indian recipes. She's one of my closest friends. And we also have Tiff Loves Tofu. She's also a Vietnamese plant-based food creator. She's based in San Francisco. She also does that, and she also started a little bit before me, so we get to start on this journey together. So I think it's like multiple people inspire my style. So not only a food, but also like the way that I make my video, because I think the way that I make my videos is a very strong point. The way that I interact and tell stories is like something that I accumulate over the experience over the years, and just watching different creators and get inspiration from them.
Yeah, so you were doing your masters. Have you completed your masters, or you've completed your masters already, right? Your studies?
Yes, I just finished this summer.
Okay, and then now you're like a full-time food creator. Yeah. So how does your family feel about this? Because I think if I told my parents I wanted to do that, I think they'll be like, no, you have to be a lawyer. I actually studied law, okay? I'm like very typical.
So actually before coming to Sweden and before doing my master, I was working corporate as well. I was working in marketing. But that job, it really drains my energy, and I realized pretty quickly that I did not like it. I did not like. I'm a type of person that is very stubborn, and I have control issues. I really like to I really want to make an impact. I really want my input to be considered and to be appreciated, and I did not feel like that in the corporate world. So I thought that maybe I try something else. And so during my master, I was just trying to figure out what I really want in life, because I thought I wanted to do corporate, but it just doesn't click for me. So maybe I just see what options are out there. So I started content creations. Why I started my master, it was like doing it on the side as like a hobby, and but I was really into it, and then I just like really genuinely enjoying doing it. So even if nobody was watching me, I would still do it probably. But thankfully, a lot of people was watching, and a lot of people were supporting me. So it was really nice, and I just saw that it was like the perfect opportunity to do what I love, because I feel like that I'm really good at it. I enjoy the process of doing it, and it's just like it makes sense for me. It's like maybe it doesn't make sense to other people, but for me it feels right and it feels enough. And I just told my parents that I want to give this one a shot. Like, so okay, maybe I don't succeed, and maybe I fail, and then I go back to corporate. But if I don't try, then I never know. And I want to give it a year to explore these options. So I just gave it a try, and then it's going very well, and it's bringing me like a stable source of income. I don't need to ask money from my parents. Like I can earn a living doing this. It just feels like I'm enjoying the process so much that sometimes like maybe I work extra hour, maybe I work on the weekend. I feel like it's just still worth it, because I'm building myself something. I'm building a legacy for myself, and it feels so right in my heart. It just feels like, oh, this is my path. This is everything I'm meant to do, and this is like all the experience in my previous year, it all leads to me to becoming a creator. So I feel like that's the feeling that I strive for. So, and then I tell my parents that, and at first they was like also quite confused. They was like, because it was just not common for a person to do that in Vietnam, and I like, but like they know that, but like I think they just know that this is the type of person I am. I'm very stubborn. If I want something, if I set my heart on something, then I will follow it. I'm not gonna give up, no matter what they say, and no matter what I do. So this is like the type of person I am. So and also before this, like I had like dreams for myself. Like before working in the corporate world, I wanted to do something else. I wanted to study journalism actually. So I wanted to be a journalist, but like my parents was like, but you cannot earn money as a journalist, or you need to know somebody from the inside the world of journalism in order to get in. I did not know anyone. So my parents was like, why don't you do business? Because this is like still a little bit related to journalism. I don't so I did that, but like I was so unhappy, and then like so during the program I was like a little bit stuck. It was like, this is like not what I want to do, but I kept going because I thought that maybe I will figure it out. And then I tried working for 2.5 years. It was horrible for me. It was just horrible, and my parents see that I was unhappy, and then now they see like the complete opposite. Like I'm super driven, I'm super ambitious, and I have a vision in my head to make it happen. So I think they just like trust me. Like they just trust me that time, and because I already followed that path, I followed the path that was designed for me in the beginning, and it did not work out. So I tried this path. So that I created for myself, and they see I'm happy, so I think they will be fine. And like I mentioned before, I told them that I wanted to try this for a year, like to see if it works out, and if it's not, then I will of course go back to the corporate life. Hopefully not, but yeah, like I just like I think it's just like give it a try, and if it fails, then at least I know. But if I never try, then I will never know. That's just like the philosophy that I live by.
Very, very true. Yeah. And I'm so glad that you're doing so well. I saw your growth. I was like, wow, you like grew really, really fast.
Yeah, and it's only 1 year.
Yeah, amazing. So and I see you're like very hardworking. I've seen you making trying out lots of recipes from the plant-based bundle. What are the ones that you've made? What are the ebooks or the courses that you really enjoy?
So I really like vegan comfort food. I really like Heartful Foods. She's also like one of the YouTuber I watched in the early day of vegan creators. And I tried her roasted cauliflower with maple tahini. I really enjoy that one.
Nice.
So today I'm also making, and also I tried a cheap lazy vegan soup ebook, and I tried her rice paper dumpling. So that one is also really nice. So today I'm planning to try out the stuff. There's one called a Christmas menu, and the recipe is like a stuffed tofu. So it's tofu stuffed with mushroom, and I love tofu and I love mushroom. That was a really good idea. But I have never thought of stuffed tofu before, but it feels like cool, so I want to try. And I want to try a pumpkin pie recipe, because like I think pumpkin pie is very popular in the US, but like in the rest of the world it's not popular. So I want to try like what is the hype.
Okay. Yeah. I tried the raw version of the pumpkin pie because Lisa has a holiday menu in her ebook where she actually tells you. That's really interesting because her ebook actually says like, the day before the holiday you start at 3 p.m. and then 4 p.m. you do this, 10 p.m. you do this, and then the next day in the morning you do all these things. So I tried out her pumpkin spice date pie for Thanksgiving, and it tasted really good. And it was actually it was very simple to make as well. It's just like, using the food processor, making the crust, and then just pressing it in, put it into a dehydrator for an hour, and then the filling was just like, yeah, just blend everything together and then just put it in. So I was like, wow, this is like really easy, and it tasted good. I think that was the most important thing. It tasted really, really good. So it's
I
like,
think
I
the
really
one
like
I
that.
wanted to try is also raw. It's like, I'm not sure if it's raw. It's called no bake. It's like, is that raw? It's like everything also in the blender. So we have nuts and uh and oats that are blended
Uh-huh.
together to make the crust. And then the filling is pumpkin puree and some I think some sweeteners as well as some fruit. So I think that one is also raw that I wanted to try.
Cool, nice. I think somebody
Yeah.
asked a question about, was there a question about, oh, no, I think I missed it. Something about like 6 months vegan chef something training or something like that. Oh, doesn't Stockholm have a 6 month vegan chef training program? Deepak was asking.
Oh, I don't know. Send me the link. Send me the link to Vietnam. I will check it out. But I think my career path for me now is more of a content creator and less of a chef. It's because it's like chef is different from making food content. So
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, send me the link. I will check it out.
Oh yeah, I think I realized something. We kept talking about the bundle. We didn't actually tell people what it is. Yeah, so it's actually a collection of 200 plus ebooks, guides, online courses, um, worth almost 9,000 US dollars. But now is available to you for only $50. And this has been going on for a week plus. And it's going to end in what, less than 2 days. Yeah, 1 day. So if you guys are interested in checking out, it's huge value for money. It's not just recipe books. There's also fitness guides, workout guides. There's meal plans. There's there are a couple things on vegan business. There's a Telegram group for narcissistic. I think people's experiencing narcissistic abuse and they need support. There's yoga. There's a yoga program. I know you did the yoga course as well.
Doing it today as well.
Yeah, and there's even a course on like how to create your recipe ebooks and all that. So there's pretty much something for vegan for kids as well. I think that was really cool. There's like vegan, vegan, like loads of recipes on how to make like very kid friendly dishes. And there's even Johnny Juicer also has an ebook on plant-based dishes for his dog. So if you have a vegan dog, that's something you could check out as well.
My.
Yeah, that's really, really cool. And I think this is like because this is my sixth bundle I've taken part in, so it's like it's the biggest bundle ever. So guys, check it out either at Anne's link or my link, depending on who you would like to support. So the contributor that you buy from, the credit goes to them. So if you like to support Anne, buy it from her link in her bio. If you like to support me, you can buy it from my link. And then really good value. I know you have to go very soon, so is there anything else you want to say before we wrap up?
I think that the bundle is I've been learning a lot from the bundle, so I think it's a really good resource to have for anyone on the plant-based journey, no matter what. So if you are looking for a more fitness training program, or if you are looking for more holiday meals idea this Christmas and New Year, or if you want to try Veganuary, like, because it's like January is a perfect month to try being vegan for 1 month. There is like unlimited resources for you to try, and it's also available for a lifetime. So you just download it onto your computer and then you can access it for your entire life. So it's a really good investment for the amount of resource in there. And because it's a collaboration, we want to make it as affordable for everybody. So that's why now it's only $50, so it's 99% discount. So it's super amazing deal. So you shouldn't miss it out. And it's only available for 1 hour and 15 hours. I think 1 day and 15 hours. So grab it while you still can.
Yeah, I think the last bundle also I had people asking me like after the bundle, they're like, can I still get it? Can you extend it? I always get that and I'm like, no. And I would
Limited
suggest
time only because it's so amazing that it's only for a limited time and after that it's gone. So
yeah, and
it's like once in a year opportunity, so it's super cool as well. Like if you don't buy it this time, you have to wait for another year.
yeah, and don't wait for the very last minute because I remember when it first launched, I think the website kind of timed out because so many people wanted to buy it, right? So yeah, so you don't want to wait until the very last minute and then like everybody comes in and buy it and you might not be able to get it. So you know, if you're on the fence and you've been thinking about it, yeah, go check it out. And if you guys have any questions, you can when you can leave it in the replay later and we can reply all your questions as well. I think we are coming to an end. Thank you so much, Anne, for your time today. Again, congratulations on your ebook. And for my followers, if you haven't checked out what Veggie Anne is doing, go check her out, follow her. She has really cool recipes. I think what I like is you have authentic Vietnamese recipes. Yeah, that's what I'm always looking for. I want like authentic ones.
It's authentic, but I also try to make it easy and simple to make. So it's like easy and simple without compromising on the flavor. So we have the best of both worlds. We have like the ease part, and then we have like the flavors, full of flavor, but it's still easy and fast to make. Yes, so check me out. And thank you so much, Yin, for inviting me. And I really, really enjoy connecting with you today.
You're most welcome. This was a lot of fun. So thanks, everyone. And we're going to go off now. Thanks. And all right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.